Hi guys, it's Victor here, and today I'll teach you how to make a bridge. You know what, I'm a civil engineer, so every now and then I feel like I really need to build a bridge. So here it is. No, what are you doing?
You're meant to test bridges, you said. It's a bridge.
Well, it is not a bridge, it is a camera holder. Thanks, it's passed the test, so it's good. So tripod is actually one of the best inventions ever. It helps make so many really good shots, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Can you spot the leg of the tripod in this video? But this madness has finally come to an end, and now I can make my own vertical shots.
Excuse me?
Hey!
Oh, is this the thing you were talking about? This is amazing! I can definitely use it in my cooking videos.
So what tools will I need? Alright, let's go. Plywood, threads of frame, an opening tool, pencil, compasses, protractor, hand drill, cutting table and a clamp, wood glue, some blades, really good blades, and sandpaper. Did I forget something? Oh yeah, the ruler! Alright guys, so to prove that you don't really need any prior knowledge or experience, I'll take you step by step from start, and I'll show you how to make your own camera holder / bridge. And I'm not going to use any CAD, I'll just literally draw it and go from there. So let's begin. What you can see right now is me drawing up the 4 sides and the base for one of the columns, which is going to look just like that. So to actually prove you that anybody could cut something out from plywood and it's actually really easy, I'm going to invite my girlfriend, who's never touched a fret saw in her life, and I'll let her cut out some of those straight, simple shapes which are going to form the base and the column of my camera holder.
Hello! I've literally never done this before, so I have no idea what I'm doing.
Look, make sure you're not cutting through the hole because it'll be difficult.
Oh,
so now push it back a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and if you press it down here with your hand, it will make it a little bit easier. Because it won't move that much. Very well.
Yay, I made my first line. I've cut this out. I mean, the line isn't completely perfect. If you look at it really closely, it's not super perfect. But the good thing about plywood is that you can then sandpaper it, apparently.
Put it on the table,
perfect.
on the flat surface, and then sandpaper.
Oh, like this?
The sandpaper on the table.
Sandpaper on
Yeah.
the table.
And then, yes, like that.
Mm.
So as Yulia just proved, sandpaper can fix everything. However, cutting in a straight line is still really recommended. Alright guys, one quick tip here. If you need to make 2 pieces that are exactly the same and you are, well, just a little bit lazy, then what you can do, you can cut one of them, take a piece of plywood and just draw around it, just like that. Of course you can draw that from scratch if you want to, but this is just as good. Once column pieces are ready, I have to glue them together. I first glue one side, give it half an hour to set, then glue another and let it harden. If there is any excess glue, I wipe it off with a damp cloth. Finally, glue the last piece and stick the base on. So the first part has glued up and I can now proceed to the next one, but instead of drawing it or calculating, I'm simply going to measure it. So what I need to fit another component inside. So to do that, I'm just going to use a ruler and take some dimensions. So this is me taking one dimension and then another dimension, very complicated. Once I have the dimensions, I draw the next 4 pieces which are going to form the second column. It looks like that. Again, I cut out the first 4 pieces and then draw around them to get my second column pieces. Before I glue the pieces together, as you saw in the image, I need to make some holes which will let me adjust the height of my camera holder, so I roughly mark them out with a pencil. I mark them on the first column, which is already glued up, and then the second column, because I need holes in both of them since they slot into each other. I then use my hand drill and make some holes for the hollow pieces that will need to be cut out. Once all the marking is ready, I'm going to try to cut through two faces of the column, just to save me a little bit of time. Let's see if that works out. Yay! I'm very excited because this is the perfect example of when things go wrong with plywood. First of all, I didn't need 3 holes, and secondly, they didn't come out that nice because I cut through both faces at the same time, which, to be honest, I should have done a little bit more effort and planned it in advance. So I'll show you how you can cover up those mistakes with a bit of plywood, and it's not a big deal at all. Let's continue. Just before I fix my mistake, I'm clearly trying to run away from that. I'm going to make 2 little keys. Yes, they're super fancy keys, which will join the column pieces together. You will shortly see how. Here I'm gluing the second column. I'm pretty much following the same procedure as before. Do the sides first, let it glue for half an hour or so, and then stick the last side on top. Yay, mistake fixing time! It is not that bad at all. Now some civil engineering terminology here. Once the columns are ready, I have to make something which I can call the bridge beams. And what I'm drawing right now are the pieces which will connect the bridge to the columns. And now the bridge beams themselves. As always, I draw one, cut it out, then use it to make the rest. A lot of straight lines. Good chance to practice your cutting skills. That is a good exercise. I think I can surely skip arms in the gym today. I now glue the beam pieces together. This will add some depth and rigidity. 3 pieces per 1 beam. Once the beams are ready, I'm going to glue the connection pieces. Now, this one is fairly basic. I want all of my camera pieces to fit together so that I can transport it from one place to another. Once these are ready, I glue them to the underside of beam soffit. That's it, some more engineering lingo. Here is one thing that I discovered. My columns are a little bit shaky. That is not good, so I'm going to make the base a little bit wider to add some extra stability. Once the pieces are ready, I sandpaper the edges to make it look nicer and feel smoother. I then glue the bases of the columns and remove excess glue. Once that is ready, I'm going to make the central bridge beam using the same logic. I'm not going to show you the details this time, just the final result. Now I can proceed to making the case for my phone. I like to use my phone with some rubber protection, you know, but you can make the case for anything you like, just take it and draw around it. This is what it's going to look like when finished. I do the outside part first, then the inside. Double check to make sure my phone still fits. Oh yes, it does. This is so good. Then I can make the sides of the case. This piece that I have just drawn up will actually become another key. Keep watching to see how. I'm using the central beam and that key that I just drew to make some openings which will hold my case in place, and that will ensure that the bridge can still be assembled and disassembled whenever I like. Oh, I'm calling it the bridge, it's a camera holder. These are some of the last pieces that I will need. So final gluing stage. I'm actually getting a bit emotional. And as usual, remove excess glue. Okay, so now it's the Lego time, putting pieces together.
to make a reverb crumble.